Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
(7:31), 66 degrees outside. Cloudy sky for the most part. Good morning, Brent.
Hi, Dave.
I like your shirt. Looks good on you.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that very much.
Makes your biceps look big.
Does it now?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Makes you look like a macho man.
Wow, thanks.
Macho man.
Yeah.
Well, let's just dive right in with birthdays, shall we?
Well, let's do. I think that would be a good place to start, especially for me anyway.
All right. Well, we have some very important birthdays, of course. Every birthday is important. Let's go back to yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
On Sunday, Mary Lee Johnson celebrated a birthday.
Ah.
Buzz Downey celebrated a birthday, Fuzzy Buzzy.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim Meerberg celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday to you folks. Belated wishes there. Stephanie Yancey Denayer, happy birthday to Stephanie. And happy birthday to Emily Ann Barnett.
Oh.
She, of course, works in our news department with Gavin, and she is celebrating a birthday today. I'm not sure if it's a biggie. She's got to be getting close to one of her first biggies. We'll find out later when she gets here.
All right, sounds good. I didn't. Can I add to that list?
Yes.
I'd like to wish happy birthday to Ashton and Alyssa Apperson.
All right.
Who are 20 today.
That's a biggie.
That's a biggie.
Probably biggie for you more than them.
Probably.
Because they'll be 21 next time, my friend.
That would be correct, yes.
Wow, that went by quick.
It did.
Well, if you're having a birthday today, happy birthday. You're celebrating your birthday with Warren Buffett.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Investor, the Oracle of Omaha, is one of the richest men and the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, of course. And he is 91 today.
Wow. Here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get Warren Buffett for his birthday?
I don't know, but there's something pretty cool about. I doubt he really wants much.
I'm guessing you're right. I'm guessing he doesn't need much anyway.
Yep. I don't think he's the type that really cares about those sorts of things. He lives in the same house in Omaha that he started out being a regular middle-class person in, and he's happy with that. And I don't think as much money as he's made, the toys and gadgets don't seem to. He likes to play cards. He likes to play games.
Yeah.
Exercise his 91-year-old mind.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Lewis Black is 73 today. I don't know if you recognize that name. He is a comedian, an actor, stand-up comic, pretty funny. Goes on rants about history and politics and religion and kind of gets all worked up.
Oh, boy.
It's pretty funny. Jordan Rogers is 33 today.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Jordan Rogers.
Oh, you do, too.
Do
You
I?
do. Yes, of course you do. You do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jordan Rogers.
Yeah.
Okay, well, who is it?
The brother of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, well, okay.
Told you. I didn't know this.
What does he do?
He's a reality star.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he won the season 12 of the Bachelorette competition.
Oh, okay.
And he's engaged in a show called JoJo Fletcher now.
Oh. Well, does it say if he's married to the Bachelorette? Or he just won the, because isn't that the whole, listen, I don't watch The Bachelor, I've never seen The Bachelorette, but isn't the idea of it to find your mate for life?
Oh, I misread that. Yes, he is engaged to the show's star, JoJo Fletcher.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that was planned or if that was part of the date, but it says the show's star. So he's engaged to the show's star.
Okay, so not only did he win the competition, they're still a thing, apparently.
Yeah, or...
So he did find love on The Bachelorette.
Or cash.
Or both.
Or both. Yeah, he is the brother of Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. So, he's cool.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Boy, oh boy. Folks, are you feeling sorry for the folks down in Louisiana?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness. Waking up to that this morning had to be tough. And if they got through the night, they probably knew what they were going to see, because 16 years ago today, Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast.
Wow, today, 16 years ago today?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and this one, worse in some ways. The winds were much more of a factor. Katrina was more about the water, and there was plenty of that. But sustained winds, slow-moving storm tore things up and flooded things as well. But the electricity loss there, millions of people without power, and they already know it could be a long time before they get it back. They lost some major suppliers of electricity, some major damage. So it won't be just putting wires back up. It's going to be a while, and so there comes the need for drinking water and food and spoilage and all those sorts. It'd be awful. Wet, getting hot after the storm passes through. I don't know. Joan and I were talking about it last night. We've been there. Great place to stop on vacation. But good old center of the country's a good place to be. 9 years ago, this seems like 90 years ago, with all that's taken place. 9 years ago, Mitt Romney accepted the Republican nomination for president at his party's convention in Tampa. Does that seem like just 9 years ago?
No, it seems like a lot longer ago than that. That's true. Yes, I would agree with you on that.
All right, that's some of the things happening. One of the main things that we wanted to highlight here before we went on, read you some school lunch menus. Today is National Toasted Marshmallow Day.
All right, let's make a s'mores.
Yeah.
A s'more.
Americans consume about 90 million pounds of marshmallows every year.
Wow.
That's more than 8 billion individual marshmallows.
Now, does that I'm assuming that includes using marshmallows to cook with?
I think so.
Okay, I was going to say, if it's just eating just marshmallows, that's a lot.
I think it says every summer more than half of all the marshmallows sold are eventually toasted over a fire.
Really?
Or someone's cigarette lighter or whatever it takes.
Oh, wow.
You can cook them over the gas stove,
Never
too.
thought about using a cigarette lighter.
Yeah. Oh, those newer ones that got the big flame.
Yeah.
Probably do it. I think I'd rather use a wood fire. These are all made, most of them are made in the marshmallow capital of the world, which is Noble County, Indiana. They make most of the marshmallows we eat.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, you learn a lot on The Breakfast Show.
Keeping Central Nebraska informed.
Yeah, about very important items. Okay, school lunch menus. I don't have mine rounded up yet, but
Oh, they should be just to your right, Dave.
Oh, okay.
They're laid out for you.
I probably covered them up. There, I did cover them up. There we go. By the way, today, with the game, we're going to be giving you a chance to win 2 passes to the barbecue cook-off at the Fall Festival at Arcadia, which is coming up.
Oh, good.
So be sure and listen for that.
Okay. Here's your school lunch menus for today. We'll start with Thetford, where they have listed tater tot casserole for today.
That is so weird. That's what they're having at Callaway today.
Oh, really?
Tater tot casserole.
All right. Broken Bow Middle and High School today, chili cheese Fritos, crispy chicken sandwich, a spicy chicken sandwich, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, or crispy chicken salad with roasted flatbread. The choices today at Broken Bow.
Sandhills Schools, chicken nuggets, tater tots, and green beans.
SEM today, Sumner Eddyville Millard, walking tacos and Spanish rice on the menu.
At Ansley, meatball subs.
All right. Loop City Public Schools today. Let me turn the page here. For lunch, it's going to be corn dog or chicken nuggets with oven potatoes at Loop City today.
And Selma Myrna, chili cheese Fritos, crispy chicken sandwiches, spicy chicken sandwiches, fresh baked ham and cheese subs, vegetables, fruit, and milk.
All right.
Let's play the game.
Let's do. We're asking questions about 80s movies. All right, so think back to the 80s, and we're going to give you a classic, iconic line from an 80s movie, and then you tell us what movie it came from. All right? So here's your line. Quote, "The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good."
Oh. I think
you got
I
it?
know, yeah.
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Did that line come from the movie History of the World, Part 1, The Color Purple, Once Upon a Time in America, or Wall Street? Those are your choices. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
And if you've won within the last 30 days or so, let's give somebody else a chance to play. 872-2801.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
Don't miss the Arcadia Fall Festival Demolition Derby Sunday at 2 p.m. Sponsored by the Sons of the American Legion Squadron 251. The smashing and crashing will be loud with limited weld, old school, 85 and newer, limited weld pickups, and bone stock classes. General admission tickets are $8. Pit passes are $20. Want to enter a car? A $40 entry fee. Get your car in with driver and one pit member. The Arcadia Fall Festival Demo Derby, Sunday at 2 in Arcadia.
7:43. Mondays always are a little tougher. Let's go ahead and answer that one.
Sure.
I think when you say Wall Street, you just about know it has to do with greed, right?
Yes, yep, that's the movie it came from, was Wall Street. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. That, of course, was voiced by Michael Douglas, who I think won an Academy Award for that role he played in Wall Street, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I think he did, and he plays such a scoundrel. He's so good at playing a scoundrel.
Yeah, he is pretty good at that type of character.
He's good at a lot of his characters, but he's really good at that.
Yep.
All right. Happy Monday to you all. Thanks for listening this morning to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We'll be visiting with Steve from Grocery Cart this morning. We're going to kind of look back on what happened over this past weekend, sports-wise. And we're going to also take a look at what's coming up this week, sports-wise, and other activities that are going on that are very important here in the area. So keep your dial set right here. You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
drink as well. They make great smoothies there. I can attest to that. So check it out, Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts. Start the day off right with a delicious cup of coffee and a delicious treat. They do breakfast burritos. They're great to grab to curb your hunger, and they have a specialty one created daily. And other great baked treats are available any time of the day as well. Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold. You'll find them right there in downtown Arnold, and they're open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, and open on Saturday from 9 until 3. Also, make sure you check out their wonderful gift selection as well. They have some silk flower arrangements and adorable artificial succulent arrangements available. They have some great things for wedding gifts, some wonderful wall decor, wonderful styles of eye-catching jewelry, and they also have unique purses and bags, as well as unique area rugs that are a must-see. So stop in and see them at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold. Again, they're open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, and open on Saturday from 9 until 3.
Thank you, Brent. Just received word on my smartphone here, my portable computer, that Steve will be unavailable today for the grocery cart.
Okay.
So we understand, Steve. No problem whatsoever. Come see us next Monday. And also, just go out and do your shopping at the grocery cart. They always have the weekly specials that are there for you. What do they call those? TP somethings?
TPRs, temporary price reductions.
Yeah, they're everywhere in the store, probably updating those now for this week. And the bonus points you get when you shop there, that can get you more food or some gas. And they'll be ready for you at the grocery cart. I know everybody's a little short-handed right now, and that's unfortunate. Maybe someday we'll get back on an even keel. I'm thinking if I'm living in California where there's fires, up north where there's fires, or down south where there's hurricanes, I might start looking for someplace else to live. And we could use a few more people to work around here. So who knows what might happen in 5 years or so. But anyway, shop the grocery cart. Steve would love to have you out there. They're ready for you. Nathaniel Rateliff, and It's Still All Right, the name of that one for you here on this Monday. Well, we're talking about jobs. Let's check out a couple that are available for folks to look into. If you're wanting to maybe look at jobs for whatever your reasons that maybe you haven't done before, now would be the time. It's almost like if you want to sell a car, right now is a perfect time because there's a shortage on cars. Right now is a good time to be looking for a step up in a job or to get started at a high-paying, good benefit job right now.
Yes, there's a couple of openings for you at Sargent Drilling right now. One is for a service technician, and they're looking for someone who is self-motivated, has a clean driving record with their CDL, also experience with pumps and controls. You would be performing various pump tests, diagnose and repair low-voltage controls, start up, diagnose, and repair VFDs, install discharge piping, and perform various duties associated with water wells and distribution systems. That's for the service technician position. And they're also looking for a pump installer. Now, for this job, they're looking for someone who would be self-motivated, has a clean driving record, and the ability to obtain their CDL, and experience would be preferred but not necessarily required. You would be installing and removing various types of pumps, performing pump tests, and perform various duties associated with water wells and distribution systems. Now, they are offering a sign-on bonus with each of these positions. They're willing to train qualified candidates, offering competitive wages, health insurance, 401k, life insurance, supplemental insurance, as well as vacation, sick, and holiday pay. Sargent Drilling is an equal opportunity employer. You can apply in person at their office on West Highway 2 in Broken Bow or call 308-872-5125. You can also go online to their website, which is simply sargentirrigation.com.
OMG.
Oh.
OMG.
Yes. What is going on?
You remember when Cynthia Humane worked here?
Yes.
She worked for us a long time. A song would really get her going. Every once in a while, she'd get up on her desk and dance.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if I recall the song that caused her to do that.
And I never thought that Kristen would do that, but she's in the lobby right now. Looks to me like she's ready to dance.
What?
Yeah.
Kristen Shirley?
She's up on a chair.
Seriously?
Yes. OMG, OMG.
Wow.
Never thought I'd see it.
All right, don't fall.
Guess that job really gets to you after a while.
I guess.
We'll slow her down here just a little bit and see if she can get settled in here this morning. With Sturgill Simpson's Oh, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah, here we go again.
WTVN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Special Report. Ida has pounded parts of coastal Louisiana, leaving all of New Orleans in the dark. Buildings are shredded, neighborhoods flooded. Entergy now says a huge tower that carried 8 transmission lines fell into the Mississippi River. Mayor LaToya Cantrell.
We need you to stay in from this point forward all morning, all afternoon, all evening.
FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell driving the point home on CBS This Morning.
We're going to have a long road over the next few days as we try to identify where people may be, and people do need to be prepared to stay put for about 72 hours. We're going to get to you. The state and the local first responders are going to get to you as quickly as they can.
CBS's Maria Villarreal in Homa, where some evacuees will try to go back.
What a lot of these evacuees are saying is we're going to try and somehow check on our loved ones, to check on our homes, to see what the damage is.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. A 12-state human trafficking operation, which included Nebraska, led to over 100 arrests and dozens of victims being identified by law enforcement. According to Nebraska Attorney General Doug Peterson's office, 102 arrests and 47 victims were identified as part of Operation United Front. The operation began Thursday and went into early Friday morning and was coordinated by the Missouri Attorney General's office and the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Multiple law enforcement agencies from both Nebraska and Iowa participated in the operation. Nebraska law enforcement conducted sex trafficking operations in 3 locations, including Scottsbluff, Kearney, and South Sioux City, during which, among other arrests, a man was arrested for seeking to purchase sex acts with a 15-year-old girl who was actually an undercover police officer. A man wanted on nearly a dozen sex offender registry violations out of Florida was arrested outside of a Lancaster County courtroom Thursday afternoon. Authorities say an attorney saw a man sitting on a chair who had an arrest warrant. The man, 45-year-old Stephen Butler, had a warrant for his arrest on a sex offender violation in Nebraska. Deputies say Butler was in the courthouse for another matter. A deputy told Butler that he would be arrested, but Butler refused to comply. After a struggle, deputies helped arrest Butler. After his arrest, authorities found he had 11 felony warrants out of Florida for sex offender registry violations. Authorities have arrested a man after finding marijuana and a gun during a traffic stop. The Nebraska State Patrol says a trooper stopped a speeding sedan on I-80 3 miles west of the Shelton interchange. NSP said during the stop that the trooper became suspicious of criminal activity. A search of the car turned up more than 1 pound of marijuana, a handgun, and multiple credit cards that did not belong to the driver. 24-year-old Maurice Bowman of Las Vegas, Nevada, was arrested on several charges.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In Major League Baseball games of note, Sunday night it was the A's over the Yankees 3-1. Oakland is now 5.5 back of Houston in the AL West race. The Astros lost to the Rangers 13-2. New York is now 6 back of Tampa Bay in the AL East. Rays beat the Orioles 12-8. Yankees are also 2 up on Boston for the number 1 wildcard spot in the American League. The Red Sox lost to the Indians 7-5. Boston's lead for the final wildcard spot is down to 2.5 on Oakland. In a battle of division leaders, the Braves shut out the Giants 9-0. Atlanta still 4.5 up on Philadelphia for first in the NL East. The Phillies beat the Diamondbacks 7-4. San Francisco still a 2.5 game lead on LA in the NL West. The Dodgers were also shut out, losing to the Rockies 5-0. Reds fall to the Marlins 2-1. Cincinnati's lead is down to a 1.5 games on idle San Diego. 3.5 up on St. Louis with final wildcard spot in the National League. The Cardinals lost to the Pirates 4-3. Mariners over the Royals 4-3. Seattle 4.5 back of that final wildcard spot in the American League.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for partly sunny skies. Do pick up a chance for some showers and storms with high temperatures reaching into the lower 80s. Then for tonight, still a chance for showers and storms in the evening, low 61. Tuesday, we're back to sunshine, those highs right around 83. A good deal of sunshine Wednesday in the upper 80s, and then a chance for showers and storms Thursday, 85. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm Staff Meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
8:08 is your time. Your temperature 66 under a mostly cloudy sky. Winds are southeast, 5 and 6 miles per hour currently. Barometric pressure up 1 point in the last hour at 30.03. Humidity at 92%. High yesterday was 80 with an overnight low of 66. Sunset today at 8:16. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:04. 2 inches precipitation recorded this month. We picked up 2,600 precipitation on Saturday night with plenty of stormy activity in the afternoon through about 8 o'clock at night, I think was the last. 8:15 was the release of the last warning over in Valley County up through there. I think it was 8:45, and it all started and worked its way up, as it sometimes does, comes out of down around the Callaway area, works up towards, the Stapleton area, and then goes across over to Victoria Springs, Sergeant Taylor. And we were under the warning as well here in Broken Bow, although I don't think we ever did receive any nasty weather, at least here in the immediate area of the community. But we did pick up 2,600. So hopefully you got some rain out of the deal on Saturday afternoon and evening with the unsettled weather, although it seems like we're making a lot of noise lately with the weather, but we're not getting a lot of moisture. 2 inches for the whole month. But in visiting with some folks up in Anselmo the other day, they said, you guys are getting all the rain. Well, we've done okay, better than some, but, some folks have gotten more of that. That's the way it works. But this has been a pretty dry stretch here. Good to have you along. Well, I guess we're going to have to do it sooner or later. Let's start with college sports this morning.
Okay, yeah, let's do. I tell you what, even though their All-American setter is out right now with an injury, Nebraska volleyball, great start to the year. Going 2-0, defeat Colgate, defeat Kansas State. Not sure when Nicklin Hames will get back into the lineup, but expect to see her and Lauren Stivrins as the season progresses. So good start for the Lady Huskers. I'm glad you started there with college sports. Way to go. Go Big Red.
As I mentioned last week, I always hope that the Nebraska football team wins because then everybody's in a better mood.
Did they play Saturday?
Not really.
Yeah.
They showed up,
but they didn't play well.
They played really hard to lose, it seems like. They had plenty of chances to actually take over that game. The defense played really well the first half. Didn't play nearly as well second half, and the offense never played really very well, shooting themselves in the foot. Kicking game was stinking the place up. They couldn't hold on to the ball. Penalties. Everything that we was trying to forget from last year showed up again in this opening game. And I might also add that I'm going to be a little critical here, but you've heard us talking recently about the switch from IMG to the University of Nebraska's new network just to carry their own sports. And I would say they fumbled the ball several times on Saturday as well. Nothing was working correctly. Their breaks were...
this is on the radio broadcast.
Yeah, the radio broadcast was out of sync. Inverting recordings that weren't... I mean, it just really was not of high quality and a lot of technical problems. And then, just to top it off, along about 3:45, when there was a little chance for Nebraska to sneak back in and pull this thing off, and people were, I'm sure, were listening on the radio that were working and out in the fields and things, and it just went blank. just no more audio. And Jeff was out here and got things going again, but it was already over. The key moments of the fourth quarter were gone, and we were back on the air. And it just wasn't a good day for Nebraska football, either on the field or on the radio network. So we're hoping for better things Saturday, both on the radio broadcast and on the field.
Yeah.
And, you know, yeah, it's been frustrating. We just finally got a contract, I think, on Wednesday of last week, with just a few days before the ball game was going to go. And we sent them a big fat check because there was, you know, not a real negotiation about it, which they have the power. But you'd think you'd get something delivered of quality. And I understand we have technical problems as well.
It happens.
But they knew this was their first big event. And I think what happened, honestly, is at a quarter before the hour of 4 o'clock, the volleyball game coverage started on their second channel, Net 2. And I think when they started that, they accidentally somehow turned off the radio broadcast for the football game. Just guessing because the timing seemed kind of suspicious. So let's just put that behind us.
Okay.
And hope that there's lots of different things we could say, phrases we could use. Let's hope they get it together.
There you go. I'm all for that.
I'm sure the Big Red fans are scratching their heads going, I thought it was going to be different. But we've been thinking it's going to be different for quite a while now. But don't give up. You know, just
a lot of season left.
Yes, and that can be a good thing or a bad
thing. Yeah.
Oh boy, and then you know, gosh, the kids got to be frustrated too. And everybody. Right. So we'll hope for better things.
Indeed.
But the volleyball team did well.
They did, yeah. Got off to a 2-0 start, defeated Colgate on Friday, and then defeated Kansas State on Saturday. And you know, and they're doing it without a couple of their better players. I was looking at some of the stats, and some of these like freshmen or young kids that they have in the program now, boy, they had some pretty brilliant moments, it looked like, over the weekend. So they just, John Cook, man, and that volleyball program, they just reload, rebuild, whatever you want to. I don't think they've ever had to really rebuild. Reload is probably the proper term to use. And they should be really good again this year. Amazing what he has done.
Yeah. Such a weird year, too, for college sports because I was listening to the pregame on the radio for the football game, back to football, and Illinois had 22 players that decided to stay on.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What do we have, 6 or 8?
I guess I don't know what our total was, but we had some guys come back. But yes, Illinois had many kids come back for their extra year of eligibility that was given due to the COVID situation a year ago.
And you have some of that in volleyball.
Yes.
So that kind of changes the map a little bit too. You know, you've got that experience, that seniority, a double shot of it. The question mark comes then the next year. I heard him talking about that, like, well, what's going to happen next year when all of those people leave?
Right.
If you're at like Illinois football team and you lose 22, how do you move everybody back in and fill those slots? It's going to be kind of a checker game. It's going to be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Let's go high school.
Okay.
We had a great opening game for the Broken Bow Indians, hosting Ogallala. And over the years, as I remember, Ogallala has always been a tough nut to crack. They've been good. And I think they were a good team coming in to the opener on Friday. But I think they got out-muscled a little bit.
Yeah, a great start for Broken Bow football, definitely. 30-6 win over Ogallala on Friday. Kids played real well. You talk about experience. Broken Bow, we were counting it up on the roster. Broken Bow's got 15 seniors.
Wow.
Playing this year. So that's great to see. Great start for Coach Wells and his group. a challenging schedule. Many know that, and certainly going on the road this week to play St. Paul is going to be another great test, but great way to start the season for Broken Bow. And, a lot of our area teams getting off to a real good start. So it was a good opening week of football around the area, good opening week of volleyball around the area, and we look forward to watching all of our area teams succeed during the course of the season.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of we've been blessed for a number of years now with teams that are very competitive in most all the sports: golf, cross country, volleyball, and these teams. They kind of practice on one another throughout the year, basically, to try to get through districts and then on to state, whatever their sport is. So best of luck to all of you.
Yes.
And thanks for all the support we get to bring you the doubleheaders on Friday night. Now, you have volleyball tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, we've got a lot of volleyball this week. Tomorrow we're going to drive to Mullen because Mullen will be hosting South Loop and Anselmo Myrna for a triangular. And we'll do all three of those matches for you. I believe the first one's set for 5:30 Central Time, so that'll be tomorrow. And then later in the week, we're going to go over to Sargent, where Anselmo Myrna will be joining Ansley Litchfield and Twin Loop for a triangular in Sargent, and we'll broadcast those matches for you on Thursday night, with the first one starting at 5 o'clock Central. So a lot of area volleyball coming up for you this week.
8:19 is your time. We mentioned earlier that it is Emily Barnett's birthday, and when she comes in, we'll invite her in, and maybe we'll have a little birthday party this morning.
That sounds like fun.
On the breakfast show. Yeah. Also, for you folks out there, switching gears now, let's go back to sitcoms and television for a moment.
Okay.
Did you, back in the day, watch Wonder Years?
Not a lot. I mean, I wasn't an avid fan. I remember growing up and Wonder Years being on television. Fred Savage played the boy that the series, I think, was kind of centered around. I remember some of the characters and watching an episode or two.
Do you remember Winnie? That was the girl.
Yes. Yeah, remember Winnie.
That was actually Amy Oxford.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, she starred in that show. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Now, I don't know whether Amy will come back and perform in this new one. This is a reboot. They're going to reboot Wonder Years.
I saw that. I've seen some of the previews.
A look back at the middle-class life during the Civil Rights era. And that might be a timely thing to do. Maybe that's why they're doing it. But they're going to have it back. It airs on September 22nd. So if you liked Wonder Years, and I know many of us did, they're going to try rebooting that. That doesn't always work. And I think Amy Oxford has other things that are in her life now, like grandkids and things. I don't know that she'll perform in the classic sitcom reboot, but she was in the first one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did not realize. Of course, now that you mention that, I'm picturing, it was Winnie, right?
Yeah.
The character's name? I'm getting a picture of her in my head. Kind of looked like Amy.
Oh, it was Amy.
So it was Amy. I didn't know that.
I read that on a blog.
Really?
Yeah.
Got that off Spacebook,
I did. All right. I'm going to try here to play a new song I've been dying to play, but I don't have it in the playlist. It's kind of one of those, probably be a great song for Casey and I, but it's also kind of in that Americana Red Dirt category. So I'm going to see if I can bring that up for you. Before I do that, though, I did want to let you know that maybe you can't win $50,000 in Arnold and share the money with your friends, but you can win a 55-inch Samsung 4K Smart TV, or a Performance 65-liter ice bin cooler, or Bose or JBL Bluetooth speakers in our contest, the Go Big Red giveaway going on right now. How do you enter? Well, it's pretty easy. You can go to Chapin's Furniture, Geared for Sports, Muddy Creek Auto, or the Grocery Cart, and drop your name in with your phone number, and you'll be registered. And you can do that once a day. You can also go online to sandalsexpress.com/contest and enter every day. Those are great prizes. This is TV right behind me here. Look at the picture on that thing.
Seriously, folks, that's one of the sharpest, brightest pictures on a TV I've ever seen. I mean that.
I do, too. I think you could see Winnie's beauty mark on that.
You never know.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't know either.
All right, we got a little Greg Allman Band for you. Then I'm going to pull up that new song for you that we're going to tell you about here in just a little bit. Keep it right here.
September 18th, 19th, and 20th. Cost is $150, and your lunch on Saturday and Sunday is included. The girls at the Quilting Shack would love to fill you in on the details, but get signed up soon because space in the hen house is limited. This will be a great time for experienced sewers and beginner applique as well. September 18th to the 20th, a hen party applique retreat at the Quilting Shack in Broken Bow.
Gather round, boys, it's action time, and now we're on. Now 300, now 75, now 9, now 9, now 9, now 9, now 9, now 9. Sold.
Get your listings in now for a machinery consignment auction Saturday, October 2nd from Dave Davis Auction Service. For proper advertising and to get your items on the flyer, get your consignments in by Monday, September 13th. For more info, go to davedavisauction.com or call 872-6413.
See you at the auction, boys.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
It's 8:28, almost 8:29. Good morning to Rosemary Davis, listening up in Ohio this morning, or watching this morning. Appreciate that. Also, good morning to Denise. And good morning to you. If you have any chat you want to do, the chat box is open because we have something to chat about right now.
We do.
We have Guy Mills here, and we also have Don Cantrell here, and they're chatty guys. So we're going to chat.
All right, let's chat away.
We'll get our money's worth. Guarantee you.
That's great. That's what we love to have you here, because you've got an exciting tour coming up through the Custer County Corn Growers in cooperation with lots of other people as well. Been hearing the ad. Sounds real interesting. So jump right in and kind of invite anybody out there that might be interested in going.
Well, it is, Dave. We're very excited. You know, as last year, we had a hailstorm hit the plot, and then, of course, the pandemic, we decided not to have it. So we're very fortunate to have it this year. We have an exceptional plot. It's a plot that has several hybrids of different companies, and they're all representative of what would be raised here in Custer County.
All right.
The plot's located right west of Dave and Dave and Rodney Lamb's house, and about a half mile down the road from there. So we're going to look at the plot, of course. Then right across the road, from that, Lambs have a quarter section that they put drip tape in, and so all these tapes, and you'll have to go to the tour to find out the specifics on it. But I don't remember how far. It's like 30 inches apart or something like that. But anyway, the water just seeps out of these pipes. So there's nothing above ground, so there's zero evaporation. And so it's a little pricey to put in, but wow, what a neat system. And then we're going to go to the feedlot of Lambs, and they've got a really neat feed mill, processing facility and all. And so we're going to take a gander at that, and that'll be really interesting. Then Brent and Rogers Frantic have gotten into organic, and so we're going to see what we can learn about that. And then what I'm really interested in looking at is this weed zapper they have. It's flames that burn the weeds. And I've never seen it run, and you guys were asking a few questions about it. I know nothing about it, so you got to go to the tour to find out about it. But should be quite interesting to see how that works, and then we'll get an update as to with organic. There's a tremendous amount of paperwork, and it's just not anything I'm interested in doing. But it's quite a market.
There is a market for it. The hoops you have to go through will be interesting to see how demanding they are. Yeah.
So I think that'll be quite interesting. And then we're going to eat at the community center at 7 o'clock, and is what our goal is. And Levi Olson's going to be serving brisket. So it'll be a wonderful meal, just like it always is, like he always has. So.
And Dave, we have one other speaker too. Is going to talk about Langley's, and I don't know if too many people even know what that is. I ran into a couple agronomists that weren't for sure what it is, but it's a measure of solar intensity. And the reason why we're doing that is because of the wildfires that's happened in not only through California to Oregon, but even in Canada, has impacted the solar intensity of the corn crop here in Nebraska. Now, Al Dutcher gave me a bunch of information on that, and it's really interesting and watching all the days. So we're going to take a look at that. It's just one of those things that we as farmers, it's another data set point we can take a look at to see what impact, if any, it has. But Pioneer has done a lot of research on that, and we're probably going to have an update from them. They're going to give a presentation on what a Langley really is and how it impacts, let's just say, anybody here in Custer County.
So sometimes you have to help us guys out. We're radio guys, so
sure.
That speaks for itself, you know.
Anyway. we are a little bit corny at times,
Yeah,
but
okay.
that's about as far as it goes sometimes when it comes to corn knowledge.
You know, during the fair, I don't know if I've ever seen the sky look like that. We'd get out there early in the morning, and the sun was just an orange ball, and same when it would set, and that haze in the air. For the regular guy and gal out there, is that what we're talking about, that filter?
Absolutely. It's just as you would describe it, as a filter. It's kind of a complex process, but it's basically the smoke haze.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to answer the question, is smoke impacting corn yields? And the research so far would indicate that it is, although it hasn't really impacted soybeans to a large degree. And the initial research that's been presented on that is that it impacts corn more so in the grain fill period. And I think we've mentioned it here before, Dave, really farmers are nothing more than harvesters of sunlight. You know, we plant early, and the reason we plant early, you know, get out there to race or beat our neighbor, is that we want to capture the sunlight. And you know, we don't want to plant the 10th of June. You know, we want to have it out there early as possible, and that's the reason why we capture that sunlight. And this is just one measure to see, like, what is that smoke and that haze. And I was absolutely shocked. I got a whole table from Al Dutcher on how many smoke days we've actually had. And he traced it not only from the places in California, but then even on the Canadian fires.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why is that important? Well, our national corn meets with what they call non-Corn Belt representatives every year. And we had 93 such visits. I got stuck for about 20 of them, but I listened in on the people in California. You know, what's their concern? You know, what's on your mind? And most of them have no idea about corn, and we told them, you know, our corn here, a lot of it leaves the state via ethanol, because there's a lot of places in Nebraska that would ship ethanol to California for their low carbon, high octane standard. And we kind of fill in the connection there and what it is. And one of their major concerns is water and what do they do with their infrastructure on their bills. And then, of course, the next one was how to contain wildfires. And I thought, well, this would be a good thing. We would talk about, you know, how does Langley's infect us? That's how the smoke in California is impacting, let's say, the corn crop here in Custer County.
That's going to be interesting. That really is. And you got to figure it has some effect on it, because I think some people had little extra itchy eyes and felt it, you know, in their own bodies. So corn's a living organism, so, you know, it's there. That the light's a big deal. And you mentioned planting early. Can you get too much sun? I mean, I know that as long as you keep water to corn, it's going to produce good for you. Even with the water available, can it get too much sun?
I would say not.
Okay.
Because that's you base it on a growing degree day unit, and that's when you reach what they call physiological maturity, or some people call it the black layer. But no, it's when you from planting from emergence up to tasseling, and then that's the vegetative state, and then you turn into a reproductive state. Langley's are the measure of that intensity of the solar radiation. So it's something that, you know, agriculture is really science.
Yep.
And we invite everybody. We invite all the FFA kids. We invite all the businesses to come out, because there's a lot going on that's happening in the world, you know, in the corn industry, in the political industry. We want everyone to come out and listen to the carbon credit markets. I can't really tell you too much about it because I don't know much about it, but there's a lot of companies pushing farmers to sign a 20-year contract. And we feel that, you know, just to, as they would say, pull back on the reins just a bit till we know a little bit more about this. 20 years is a long time.
That's a commitment.
And we do not know what a carbon credit is. And if you go out and sell it, you know, then what?
Yeah.
You know, you sell it to a company. It's kind of like if you have your NRD acres and you have an irrigated pivot and you sell your irrigated acres off and the next year it's dry and you decide to water. Well, so we just want to put a caution flag up to the agriculture community. Be careful. I did ask Brad Lubin to come in and make a presentation. He hasn't confirmed yet because they just don't know enough about it yet to go on the record, I guess.
Yeah, it is a little confusing. We were talking with NPPD about it Friday, and I had to ask a silly question: is carbon in the ground a good thing or a bad thing? Because I really didn't know, and I'm still not certain I understand the whole process. But then you add business and politics to it, and it's going to take some time to figure out the best path, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That's why the cover crops are such a big thing. It's true. They call carbon sequestration, and there's going to be a lot of programs out there where farmers will get paid to go to no-till and sequester the carbon. But that's a whole complex thing, and like you say, you mentioned the political side of it, Dave, and anything's possible with politics.
Oh gosh,
especially in D.C. but we want to make sure that the ag community is informed as possible, and that's why we ask everyone just to come out, and not just farmers. We ask you to come out as businesses. We want to explain that relationship, between the ag community and the Main Street. How, if you have a business in Custer County, how is it impacted by agriculture? And it's heavily. And so come on out. It's a free meal, and it'll be a good meal with brisket, and the meal's on us. But we just want to get information out to the community.
Okay.
A lot of things going on in the political side is the stepped up basis, and that's really a huge concern. With the enormous national debt, they think that they as in the politicians, think that we may need to have a stepped-up basis on land, and that means that essentially when we pass the land to the next generation, that the taxes will be inordinately high.
Yeah.
Some even suggest as high as 40%. So that should give rise to attention to everyone, and we need to learn about that, and we need to know what we need to do.
Yeah, what actions you need to take to try to come up with a common sense decision on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Don, you've been farming a while. You started out as a young, inexperienced farmer, and now you're a veteran.
I'm an old and inexperienced farmer now. Is that what you think?
I'm sure you feel like you learn every day in farming. But
had no idea how little I knew when I started out.
Well, it's changed a lot too. Guy mentioned the cover crops, and we visit with Logan Girardin about every week about the different cover crops. It's almost mind-boggling the different options you have as far as cover crops go nowadays. And I don't know how long that this evolution has been coming along, but you didn't hear much about cover crops not all that long ago, did we?
No, it's something new. No, it's, to me, I'm an old guy, but we're at the most exciting time in agriculture that's ever been with all the technology we have. And there's a tremendous amount that we don't know. We're raising 250 and 300 bushel corn, unheard of 20 years ago, absolutely unheard of. And Katie Bar the Brewer will be at 400 or 500 in another 20 years, I would guess, because just look at irrigation. We irrigate for the driest part of the field, the hills, which means we're over irrigating on the rest of the field. And I'm sure that's affecting that crop. I know in soybeans it really affects it. They don't like to be too wet.
Too much, yeah.
And so we'll have variable rate irrigation. They're working on it. They've got it already. But just look at the things like the simple things. We won't plant, or our equipment won't plant or spray where it's already sprayed. On 3,000 acres, we save 50 bags of seed. That's about $15,000. Just that technology, and those are just low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
But what we're going to learn as time goes along, they always talk about feeding the world. We're going to be able to feed the world, and it's through technology.
And the demand, I don't remember the figure the other day. Guy, maybe you know what the population is going to be 10 years from now worldwide. 20 years from now, it's a boom. I mean, here in the United States, we're not growing as quickly as other places, so certainly foreign markets are a big deal.
Exports are going to be everything, Dave.
Yeah.
And that's what we really have to have a good trade environment. And like Don was mentioned, Dave, there's about 40,000 data set points in a center pivot that we collect. That's an absolute astounding number. So if you're a young kid, like, what do I do in life, and you're in high school, well, maybe take a look at agriculture. You know, if you can figure out all those data set points, I mean, wow, the sky's the limit. Because we have to manage them. I mean, you know, I don't think if people will realize, you know, when you take, well, Ethan Zorb couldn't be there this morning. Because why? He's collecting his tissue samples. Had to get them to his lab. But, I mean, when you collect and graph out borons, you know, in your leaf every week, to see how it rates to the final yield. I mean, there's a lot going on in agriculture that I don't think the public really realizes.
Yeah.
And that's what, but we need to. And I predict we will see 400 bushel corn here in Custer County in the near future.
Hopefully, with all of this data and technology and proper water management, you can do this with less chemicals, less water, and using cover crops and some of these new GPS, data, drones, the list goes on and on of tools that are coming along being more practical use for you guys.
It is.
Yeah.
And with the labor shortage, I could absolutely see artificial intelligence coming into agriculture, because you just can't find enough people on the farm nowadays to work.
Yeah.
And so I would see that, you know, the future in how the equipment's going to be changed, it'd be a lot more autonomous. There's autonomous grain carts now, and that will, you know, you fill up your cart and it goes to the end of the field and sets. But so, I mean, the sky's the limit. It's such an exciting time, and Don's right. This is the most exciting time agriculture's ever had.
Don, do you still have a tractor that you have to drive, or are you all automated?
Yeah, we have to turn around at the end of the field, so otherwise they drive. So to me, they took the fun out of farming, but but anyway, it is way more efficient.
Yeah.
And look at the drone technology. As that progresses, and we put fungicides on our crops. You know, we only plant once during the year. With drones, if you have your own drone that's big enough, that cost could start coming down, and then who knows what else you might be able to do with a drone.
Yeah.
As time goes along.
Well, just even have that overhead view to see what's getting water and what isn't, and that's amazing. Amazing. So these things will be talked about, and there'll be a lot of conversations over that good meal you're talking about. The tour, I assume that you'd like to get everybody there to take the entire tour. Can they jump on tour when they can, or how's that work?
Oh, absolutely. They can show up. We realize, you know, busy schedules are just that. And join the tour. Even if you just come in for the meal, that's fine. But just, you know, get there, because when people get together, they learn. They learn from each other. And that's a constant, and that will never change in the future, no matter what technology does. People will still learn from people. And that's what we invite everyone to come out, all the businesses, any FFA kids, we'd love to have you there. So just come on out, and hopefully you can learn something.
All right. And Don, this is all through the Custer County Corn Growers Group Association. Yep. I remember, I think, I don't know whether it was kind of reinvigorated or it was the first meeting up at Myrna, and had a huge turnout when people, when you reintroduced the corn growers for Custer County. Are you still enjoying that kind of numbers and relationships with fellow farmers?
Yeah, it is. We really need to have more members across the state belonging to the Corn Grower Association, because they're our lobbying group in Washington, and that's a really big deal, because sometimes some odd ideas come out of Washington. And
really?
I'm sure you may not have noticed that, but it's become apparent to me. And so you do need a lobbying group that can do those types of things.
Well, broadcasters have them. Most industries have something like that. You have to be in part of the conversation, or they'll just forget about it, you know, run right through it.
So it's very reasonably priced to be a corn grower member, because the seed companies a number of the seed companies have stepped up, and they'll pay. You're gonna have to help me, Guy, but
the membership's $190 for 3 years, and they realize the importance of this, so they pay $150 of it. So you're out $40 for 40. What's that? $13.33. I mean, it's a whopping with this inflation.
That'll buy you a cheeseburger and fries.
So, but we want to say, okay, if you can't support it. We know a lot of people are turned off by what happens in the federal level, but that's okay. But there's a lot of things. There's something for everyone. Just if you want to be involved in the local plot, that's great. But if anything, we will ask if you don't want to support it, coming, but at least support those who do. Mm-hmm. And that's what we need your membership, because when you walk into a senator's office, they know how many people are you representing today. And why is that important? Well, stepped up basis is the reason. I mean, that could be something that could really impact transferring, generations, especially here in Custer County. There's multi-generational farms, and if they take 40% of it, that's going to be a huge hit going to the next generation.
Yeah, that's substantial.
So that's one reason just to become, and we can give you 1,000 more if you show up. We'll explain all that to you. But we ask for your membership. And other than that, you don't do too much. But ethanol is a big thing. The Next Generation Fuels Act's coming on with the electric car, and that's essentially we're trying to get 95 RON, that's a research octane number, into legislation. So that what that means that we feel agriculture is a solution to the climate change. And in that, what does that mean? That means that ethanol is a low-carbon, high-octane product that will help out with emissions. And that's really what we need to do, because we have a solution already. Mm-hmm. We just need to get our message out to the public.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure if we mentioned for sure, but Todd Thompson is the one that the test plot is on.
Okay.
It takes a lot of work, so I really want to give a big thank you to him. You do get free seeds, so there is some benefit to it, but it takes a lot of work, not only planting, but harvesting as well. I mean, it just takes time out of your day, because you're emptying out the combine or the planter every time and filling it back up. So that's really neat.
Yeah, it'd be easier not to do it. But
has stepped up and done that. Yeah.
And Todd's an excellent farmer, and we're very fortunate and thankful for him that he's done such a great job this year.
Okay, all right. Kind of review the date and day and where you're going to go again, if you wouldn't mind.
This will be Thursday, September the 2nd. It starts at 5 o'clock at Todd's Plot. And for those of you with a smartphone, it's 42865 Road 808 Anselmo. And that's where it'll start. And then from there, we go to Lambs, which is just across the road, at 5:45. And then at 6:30, we'll go to Brent and Roger Safranik's place. And then at 7 will be a meal at the Myrna Community Center.
All right. Don, did you have something else you wanted to add?
Yep. I want to talk about railroad crossing.
Okay, yes. You're still working on that.
Well, I didn't know it'd be a lifetime commitment, but we are really close to having it finished up. The railroad has closed 2 crossings. They have sent, I believe it's $200,000 to the county for closing those crossings, which is, it's all contingent on fixing our crossing. So it's really not going to cost the county, depending on what the bid comes in to do it, but to do the crossing. So that's very exciting. That's one neat thing that's developed where it's taken a number of years that we aren't going to have to spend a lot of money. It'll have cross arms, and just working on finishing, signing up the contract, and then they can start letting bids and do all that. So
I want to thank Don.
I think it's close.
It's been 8 years.
I was going to ask. That's been a trek, hasn't it?
Yeah. There's just been different things along, but it's going to work out.
Good.
So.
And for those folks who maybe don't know or aren't up to speed on this, this is the crossing at the Anselmo huge elevator.
Anderson's facility.
Yeah. Yep. And so this will finally get to make it a little bit, a lot safer. A lot safer for everybody to cross.
Be a very safe crossing.
Okay. All right.
It definitely save a life someday.
Yes, it will.
Yep. We're fortunate. There's hasn't been any accidents except the one that was during construction, but none of the grain trucks or anybody else has had any since then. So
well, I'm pretty sure the guys are paying attention. The gals that are driving are paying attention. But
we hope so.
Something could happen. So thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
Yep. It's always fun.
Thank you.
You guys mind if I ask a quick question before you go? We've been hearing a lot from other businesses about supply shortage, and one of the reasons is shipping. I'm just curious, is there a concern as we get close to harvest time about shipping corn, whether it be in the United States or abroad?
Oh, absolutely. It's not necessarily shipping corn.
Okay.
And we, our state board had meetings with Senator Fisher and Adrian Smith and Chuck Hagel here this last week. And yes, the supply chain disruptions are an immediate threat. And they showed us a map. There's thousands of ships setting out in the ocean right now as we speak that cannot unload. And the reason is because the unions and the labor are not there to unload the ships, one, and the truckers there are not to ship it away. So even as last week, John Deere said, yes, we may have some problems with finding parts for combines this fall. So this is a real problem. So our big ask to Adrian Smith was put America back to work. That's what it was. And I mean, I'm all for helping people out, but when I try to get posts out of Georgia and I find out that they're in the state of Georgia gave state and federal money to the truckers to not work. And that's a horrible thing in America, paying someone not to work. And we couldn't get enough fence posts there, so that's another supply chain disruption. But it's a major thing. I think it'll work its way out. But even our vice president said we may be short on Christmas presents. That's nonsense, in my opinion. We just need to go back to work, everyone, and we'll solve this overnight.
To give you an example, last spring when we were planning, typically if you have a breakdown and can get that part ordered through John Deere by 6 o'clock in the evening, it will be at the store the next morning, first thing the next morning. Tremendous service. And they didn't have enough people to run the warehouses in Kansas City. And some of the times it was taking 3 to 4 days to get that part, which I'll drive to Kansas City if I have to get that part, because I'm not going to wait 3 or 4 days if I can't find it somewhere else. But hopefully that does not happen.
Well, it was a good question, and a lot of industries are in the same boat. Automobile, the list goes on to clothing. It's
I don't know if anyone's been to Grand Island, but all the case combines there that you see are sitting there. The reason they're sitting there because they're missing one electronic part.
Oh gosh!
And there's hundreds of millions of dollars tied up in combines. There's 50,000 F-150 pickups sitting. I mean, and the list goes on.
Yeah.
Just because of a part. So we need to solve this, and all of our elected representatives are acutely aware of this, and they're working to get this remedied and corrected.
Boy, it's going to be a boom if we ever get up to full speed again, right?
Yep. So next time, I think we need to schedule an hour, Dave, just so we can get everything in, because we're just getting cut off way early.
Well, you guys are just about getting on a roll here, about halfway through. We're going to hit the top of the hour, so come back and see us whenever you guys want to. You know that we're always here for you, and I think this information is very, very important for people to hear. So.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yep. We'll take a time out. We'll be back with more of The Breakfast Show. First, these words.
Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency is excited to have Tim with Troxel Insurance join our team. Hi, this is Liana, and I'm looking forward to working with new and current clients at our Broken Bow location on any life and health insurance needs, including all things Medicare related. Medicare open enrollment begins October 15th, but it's not too early to call with questions or start setting up appointments. Call the Broken Bow office to set an appointment at 308-872-6996 or stop in at 914 South D Street and see what Tim and the Nebraska Owners Insurance Team can do for you.
Fraudulent activity is on the rise and fraudsters seem to be working overtime. Bruning Bank is dedicated to keeping you safe. Remember, never give out your personal information, click on unsolicited links, or rely solely on caller ID as it can be spoofed. Keep your information safe by monitoring your account transactions with mobile or online banking and set up customized alerts with Notify. If you believe you have been targeted by fraudulent activity, we are here to help. Learn more about fraud safety at bruningbank.com or visit any Bruning Bank location. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Imagine this. You go to your mailbox only to find a check for big bucks. You're thinking, hey, this could be my lucky day. Well, if you get a check in the mail that you weren't expecting, it's probably not your lucky day. In fact, you're probably about to be the next victim of a scam. Did you know that scammers may not initially ask you for money, but instead they give you money? Asking you to deposit funds into your account is the first step of many financial scams. At Nebraska State Bank, we're here to help and protect when someone is trying to make you their next scam victim. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
In the waning moments of the growing season, it's time to start thinking about soil health, as well as fall and winter grazing options. Aero Aviation of Broken Bow can fly on cover crop mixes into your standing crops right now. Then you have seeds sprouted before harvesting the main crop, giving the mix a longer growing season. Call Aero Aviation for more at 872-5113.
In the morning, you are awakened by the twitter of a little bird.
No, it's Dave and Brent.
I knew there was a reason I got out of bed this morning.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if auto owners make sense for you.
Know what keeps America moving? Farmers, truck drivers, construction crews, and those who punch the clock every day are essential workers. Know what keeps those guys moving? Napa Filters. Let WinQuest help keep things moving with our Napa Gold Filter Sale, September 1st through the 11th. Big savings on every Napa Gold oil, air, fuel, and hydraulic filter. Stock up on Napa Gold filters and keep your engines moving so you can keep America moving. September 1st through the 11th at WinQuest Incorporated, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Why buy alfalfa from AeroSeed? Experience. 70 years in the alfalfa business makes a difference. Their experience helps them find the genetics that offer alfalfa growers a true value. Genetics that offer top yields like L455 HD and exceptionally high yielding and high quality alfalfa with excellent digestibility. And Big Red 3, a high yielding winter hardy variety. The right seed properly matched to your management practices and growing conditions pays for itself, often with the first cutting. Quality seed pays, period. Visit aeroseed.com today to find the dealer nearest you.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Appreciate that very much. Means a lot to us each and every day to have you along. And we're going to, real quick before we go to news, I'd like to ask my good friend and co-host, the Brent Apperson, to talk a little bit about Quality Senior Villages, if he would.
Well, sure. Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow is a wonderful care facility that specializes in care for those battling through Alzheimer's and related dementia, and they certainly believe that an active life is a nurturing experience. And at their facility, residents can thrive and live an active lifestyle. Activities can bring about a feeling and sense of self-worth and well-being. Some daily stimulating and physical activities include movies, music, crafts, games, exercise, gardening, cooking, outings in their new outdoor area, specializing in care again for Alzheimer's and dementia care. It's a wonderful assisted living program that they offer. Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow. To find out more about their services within the facility and outside the facility as well, call them at 872-6387.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Special Report. Hurricane Ida, which slammed coastal Louisiana with torrential rain and winds of more than 150 miles an hour, has been downgraded to a tropical storm, but not before knocking out power to all of New Orleans.
I don't have a generator. I am in the dark.
Jefferson Parish President Cynthia Lee Sheng tells CBS this morning.
Last night was terrible in the darkness, knowing that people are stranded in water. It is a terrible feeling. It is a terrible feeling not to be in contact with people and not knowing what they're going through. When you hear the winds going on, you hear the strength of the storm still. An absolutely frightening night.
FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell tells CBS first responders will be going door to door looking for people who are trapped, and her agency will set up more space for the displaced.
As people now see that they can't get back into their homes, we know that there's going to be an increase in the number of people that are seeking some temporary shelter.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, Here's Eddie Garcia.
In Major League Baseball games of note, Sunday night it was the A's over the Yankees 3-1. Oakland is now 5.5 back of Houston in the AL West race. The Astros lost to the Rangers 13-2. New York is now 6 back of Tampa Bay in the AL East. Rays beat the Orioles 12-8. Yankees are also 2 up on Boston for the number 1 wildcard spot in the American League. The Red Sox lost to the Indians 7-5. Boston's lead for the final wildcard spot is down to 2.5 on Oakland. In a battle of division leaders, the Braves shut out the Giants 9-0. Atlanta still 4.5 up on Philadelphia for first in the NL East. The Phillies beat the Diamondbacks 7-4. San Francisco still a 2.5 game lead on LA in the NL West. The Dodgers were also shut out, losing to the Rockies 5-0. Reds fall to the Marlins 2-1. Cincinnati's lead is down to a 1.5 games on idle San Diego. 3.5 up on St. Louis with final wildcard spot in the National League. The Cardinals lost to the Pirates 4-3. Mariners over the Royals 4-3. Seattle 4.5 back of that final wildcard spot in the American League.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for partly sunny skies. Do pick up a chance for some showers and storms with high temperatures reaching into the lower 80s. Then for tonight, still a chance for showers and storms in the evening, low as 61. Tuesday, we're back to sunshine, those highs right around 83. A good deal of sunshine Wednesday in the upper 80s, and then a chance for showers and storms Thursday, 85. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. As we transition from prep season to watering season, Custer Electric and Irrigation wants to remind you of important offerings that set them apart. They are once again offering free FieldNet and NFTrax demos for this growing season. Demos are limited, so call today to reserve your pivot control or set of NFTrax. Want to skip the demo and buy? Custer Electric and Irrigation recently installed 4 radio bridges that allow the service area for telemetry and FieldNet to expand where you may not previously been able to get it. These bridges also mean cheaper annual subscriptions, so talk to Lance to see what he can do for you. In need of tires but don't want to upgrade to NFTrax? Custer Electric has 11.2 by 38 tires on hand and ready for your pivots. Finally, is your pivot leaking more water than irrigating? This is your reminder to not settle for second best on sprinklers. Update your sprinkler packages today for install before service season. For all this and more, call Lance at 880-1507. Check them out on Facebook or at custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
68 degrees outside here at Broken Bow. You're listening to KCNI KBBN on this National Slinky Day.
Really? National Slinky Day?
That's right.
Who hasn't? Well, I guess some of the kids today maybe haven't done this, but back in the day, who didn't go to the top of the steps with their slinky and see if they could get the slinky to go all the way down the steps?
It was an accident how slinkies came about.
It was?
Yep. What walks downstairs alone or in pairs? The slinky first went on sale at Gimbel's department store in Philadelphia. It was invented by a naval mechanical engineer back in 1945 who got the idea for it while he was working on a U.S. warship. He accidentally knocked a spring from a shelf and watched it slink around and decided, I'm going to go further with this, thus the slinky.
Nice.
Don't think most of us thought it was around since 45.
Yeah.
1945. Also, a very important day, celebrating the birth of Mary Shelley. You know Mary?
No. Is that the one that created Frankenstein?
That's right.
Is it really?
Very good,
okay.
Brent. Yes. Yes, Frankenstein has been around, or Frankenstein has been around since 1818.
Wow.
As far as the character or the written word about Frankenstein or Frankenstein. I love it. I love it. So those are some very important notes here on Breakfast Show Monday. Right now we have some more jobs that Brent is dying to tell you about.
Yeah, here's a couple of more opportunities through Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. This is for a temporary cook. CNCAP looking for an infant toddler temporary cook, 40 hours per week position, and this is in Broken Bow. Starting pay is $11.36 per hour. You must have a high school diploma or equivalent, a valid Nebraska driver's license, and a working phone. They would prefer someone with prior experience working with food, cleaning, and infants and toddlers. You would be purchasing food and preparing meals, responsible for cleaning classroom, dishes, laundry, etc., and work a minimal time in the classroom with children ages 6 weeks to 3 years old. Also, they have a position open for a grant writer, and this would be in Loop City. This is a full-time position, 40 hours per week. Some of the benefits for this position would include health, dental, life, and vision insurance, flexible 4-day working schedule, and employer-matched retirement. Now, for the grant writer position, you must have a high school diploma or equivalent. They would prefer someone with an associate's or bachelor's degree in journalism, creative writing, or marketing. Must have a valid Nebraska driver's license, and previous office experience and proven creative writing ability is a must. General duties for this position would include preparing federal, state, and local grant proposals that require extensive data collection and analysis, and seek new funding sources, including fundraising possibilities and expansion of current funding. If interested in either of these positions, to obtain an application, you can contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780, extension 0, or you can apply online at their website, which is simply centralnebraskacap.com.
Thank you, Brent Apperson. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, big guy. Big buddy.
Wow. Appreciate you, Dave.
No, I mean it.
I know you do. I can just hear it in your voice, how much you mean it.
From the bottom, and I mean the bottom
of
my heart.
Oh, thanks so much.
all kinds of decorations and balloons and a big 30 on the cabinet. So we'll leave it up to you what that means.
There you go.
We'll see if we can get Emily in here in just a little bit to tell us what the 30 is all about. That will come after these words.
Whether you're seeking curb appeal for your home or you want to do a remodel or new construction, Ansley Lumber and Supply in downtown Ansley has the materials that you'll need, from premium lumber to metal for buildings, plus GAF shingles for the roof and quality Benjamin Moore paint available in over 3,500 colors. Ask them about consultations with their pros and delivery. 935-1815. Or see them on Main Street in Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply.
Exceptional Senior Living is off-Broadway assisted living in Broken Bow. They have a few beautiful and spacious apartments available now. They'd love to visit with you if you are thinking it's time for a more secure and safe environment for yourself or a loved one. They also have a wonderful dining room with a great kitchen staff and many activities available for their community members. Just unveiled is their new virtual tour at offbroadwayapartments.com. They have pictures available on Facebook as well. For more information, call Off Broadway at 872-2522.
If you've been injured or recovering from surgery, your first priority is to treat your problem. At Team Physical Therapy, we will evaluate, treat, and educate you about your specific roadblocks. We offer many therapists to help. Stop by one of our locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, and Kearney or call 872-5111. We have great resources online at myteampt.com or call 872-5111 Team Physical Therapy, together empowering able movement.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
There's nobody on this side of the building. They must all be over at the other building.
Hello?
Yeah, Shannon?
Yes?
What's going on? Where's everybody at?
We were cutting Emily's coffee cake for her birthday.
Oh, nice. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for letting us be. Yeah, thanks a lot for waiting until we're off the air to enjoy that. Appreciate it.
Well, no, it's Emily's birthday. If it was y'all's birthday, we would try really hard to wait.
Oh, I see. Okay, so in other words, what you're saying is we're not a team. If it's if Dave and I are involved, then it's okay to leave us out. Is that what she's saying?
Out though, you wouldn't eat it anyway. We would dish it out.
What do you mean I wouldn't eat it anyway? That's a lie.
Oh man, this is a Monday. You guys are grouchy. Oh, let's get the crew in here to sing happy birthday.
I'm not grouchy.
Well, Brent is.
He is grouchy.
I wasn't
Brent,
grouchy
don't be
until
grouchy.
now. I just don't understand. I mean,
it'll make you feel so much better.
I just don't know why we couldn't have waited till we all were able to enjoy it together.
Christy was
right.
hungry.
It's okay. Well, yeah, okay.
I think that you will be fine.
All right.
Have faith. But we'll bring everybody in.
Bring everybody in, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
there. Okay, there we are. We're on Facebook, so folks, that'll be documented that way. It'll be the duo of Shannon and Christy.
No, I will not. Brent loves to sing. Brent's singing too.
Now I'm going to take this one off.
What?
Yeah. No, I want to hear the two of you sing. I think you would sound great together.
I'll join in.
Okay.
Yeah, Emily, would you just sing happy birthday to yourself?
Okay, start it out, Shannon. I'm following you.
You want me to give you the note?
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
Don't have him give you the note.
Is that it? There you go. Go ahead.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Emily. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That was great. I think Brent's out from now on.
appreciate it.
We'll bring the duo in.
Gosh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for all the decorations. That was so fun to walk into.
30's fun.
Yeah.
Fun, my 30th birthday. Have fun, girls.
30.
I will. Thank you.
Does 30 bother you at all?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. Just thinking like college was, 7-8 years ago. Like that, when you start breaking it out like that.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
weird.
you poor thing. College was 7-8 years ago. Oh, my.
Hey, it seems like a while.
Yeah.
31 bugged me more than 30 did.
I was going to say, next year it'll be back to 29.
31
I
was
think.
like, I'm officially in.
Like, yeah, I already got an over the hill joke this weekend.
Oh,
I know.
that hurts.
A walker.
Ooh.
I know.
You just
I
stay
know.
away from negative people like that.
That's right. I'm trying to embrace it. But Dave, I am taking the afternoon off because I don't have a babysitter for the afternoon. So again, I'm just going to embrace it.
Well, that's good to know.
No, we knew. That's why we're celebrating this morning with coffee cake.
No, well, it's perfect. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, guys.
We'll take a time out.
Happy Labor Day from the Grocery Cart. These deals are good through Labor Day. 10-pound tubes of fresh 85% lean ground round are $3.68 a pound. Toss Johnsonville brats or Italian sausage on the grill, $3.98. Fresh sweet corn is 10 ears for $4. And for a side, go with Bush's baked or grillin' beans, 3 for $5. Certified Angus beef sirloin steaks are $5.98 a pound, or get Hormel bone-in Boston butt pork roast for $1.98 a pound. Grocery Cart, East Highway 2, Broken Bow. Open Labor Day.
State purpose of visit.
Well, looks like the old tractor's gonna kick the bucket this year.
Searching internet for new bucket.
No, I want to check insurance rates.
Sale located. Right now, get 20% off new bucket with code It's Raining Buckets.
Robots don't know you. We do. For more than 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has relied on relationships to get you the insurance coverage you need for your farm or ranch. Find a Farm Bureau agent at fbfs.com/protect. It's your future. Let's protect it.
The Custer County Corn Growers invite you to their 2021 crop tour, Thursday, September 2nd at 5. The plot is located at 42865 Road 808 in Selmo. At 545, Jason and Rodney Lamb Drip Irrigation Feedlot Mill and Working Area. At 6:30, Brent and Roger Safranik Organic Crop Production. And at 7, a meal will be at the Myrna Community Center. Updates will be given from Nebraska Corn and National Corn Growers Association speakers on carbon credit market and Langley data collection. This event is free and open to the public. Bring a friend or neighbor and direct questions to Don Cantrell or Guy Mills.
My family's legacy has always meant more. More possibilities, more security, more from our crops.
And Pancho Votivo 2.0 seed treatment by BASF increases our yield potential and provides a healthier soil environment around the plant roots. It's how Pancho Votivo 2.0 helps set up our crops and our future for success.
So when I'm ready to run this farm, I'll have all I need to keep building more for our legacy.
BASF, we create chemistry. Always read and follow label directions.
In an uncertain market, you need to maximize the quality and profitability of your stored grains by controlling profit-robbing insects. A tank mix of Diacon IGR and Sentinol EC insecticide, or Diacon IGR Plus, offers the long-term control of an insect growth regulator and the knockdown power of a broad-spectrum insecticide. Keep grain clean with grain protectants from Central Life Sciences. To learn more, contact your local dealer or visit bugfreegrains.com.
9:25, here's Rodney Crowell.
Spinning the giveaways were a hit, and of course the cookies were enjoyed by all. Thank you again for an awesome 20 years of friends and footwear from us at Bow Bootery on the Square in Broken Bow.
Hunter's Towing and Repair at 870-1983. Should you find yourself broken down alongside the road or needing a tow, one call to 870-1983 any time of the day or night, and Hunter is on his way. Visit hunterstowingrepair.com.
Happy Monday, everybody! Yay!
Sure glad the weekend is over.
I know. Nothing's better than a new work week. Yay! The proceeding was a dramatization, but it could happen now that a Monday night Powerball drawing has been added. Along with the Wednesday and Saturday night drawings, now you can also win Monday Night Millions. Who knows? It may change everyone's view of Monday. Let's have a 3-hour Monday meeting. Yay! Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
9:31. One more detail to take care of before we close the show.
Yeah, there's a job opening, a couple of them actually, through the Nebraska Department of Transportation we want to remind you about. They are currently accepting applications for a highway maintenance worker in Ansley and also for a highway construction technician in Broken Bow. For a full job description of both and to apply, we encourage you to go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. Now, a reminder, an online state application must be completed, so you need to go online to apply at statejobs.nebraska.gov. Notify Nebraska state personnel if you need accommodation in the selection process, and you can do that by calling them at 402-471-2075. And again, this listing is posted for you on our website, sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
All right, that takes care of everything we had on our